Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we will look at the relational and the equality operators in Java and learn how to use them effectively. So without wasting time, let's get started. Now let us look at the various relational operators. So there are four relational operators. They are less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. All right. So now let us understand them with the help of the program and look at the legal and the illegal ways to write an expression consisting of relational operators.
Now consider this example where we have three integer variables a, b, and c. And on the next line, as you can see, I've used this expression a plus b less than c, right? So I'll be evaluating this expression a plus b and verifying it whether it is smaller than c or not. And the result of this output is your Boolean value. That is either true or false. So you should remember the output of your relational operator is a Boolean value, right? And you can always use, relational operators with the numeric types and not with the Boolean types. All right. So now let us run this and check the output. Now let us compile the program. I type javac test.java. We don't have any compilation errors. Now let me execute it. Relational operators. And as you see, we have the output as false. And one thing what you need to remember is that you cannot write something like this. A less than equal to B, which is less than equal to C. Because the reason is, if you write A less than equal to B, it evaluates to a Boolean, right? And you cannot compare this Boolean to an integer, right? So that's the reason you'll get the compilation error. So let us run this and verify it. And as you compile, we get the compilation error. And yes, we have the compilation error. Bad operand types for binary operator because we are comparing a boolean to an int, right? So this expression evaluates to a boolean and you cannot compare a boolean to an integer type. So that's the reason you have the compilation error. All right. So the proper way to evaluate this expression a less than equal to b, which is less than equal to c, would be to write something like this with the help of the conditional operators and we will look at the conditional operators in the later video. So we write a less than equal to b and b less than equal to c. So now if we run this, we'll get the proper output. So now let me save this and run this. Now let me compile the program. And as you see, we don't have any compilation errors. Now let me execute it. And as you see, we have the output as true.
Now let us talk about the equality operators. So equality operators are used to check if operands have the same primitive value or not. So we have two primitive equality operators, which is you have your double equal to and you have your not equal to, right? And unlike the relational operators, they can also be used to compare your Boolean values as well. So now let us understand equality operators with the help of the program.
Now consider this example where I have written this expression a equal to b, right? So this equal to is nothing but your equality operator, and it is used to check if your primitive value a is equal to the primitive value of b, right? And the output is your Boolean. So we will run this and check the output. All right. So now let me compile the program. And as you see, we don't have any compilation errors. Now let me execute it. And you see the output is false, right? Because your A is not equal to your B. And if we want to check that your A is not equal to B, what we need to do is we simply replace the equal to with not equal to, right? And if we save this and run this, we should get the output as true because your A is not equal to your B. So I'll save the file. Now let me run this. And now if I compile and run this, I should get the output as true. And as you see, we have the output as true since your A is not equal to your B. And similar to relational operators, you cannot write equality operators something like this. A equals to B which is equals to C. Because if we try to run this, we will get the compilation error. So now let me check the output. So I've saved the file. Now let me run it. And after you compile, you should get the compilation error, right? So we have the compilation error since you cannot compare your boolean to an integer type, right? So this a equals to b evaluates to a boolean, which cannot be compared to an integer. That's the reason you have the compilation error. All right. And one funny thing, what we need to know about equality operators is that you should be cautious when you're using it with the floating point types. And we will see why with the help of the example. Now consider this expression 1.0 minus 2.0 divided by 3.0. And on your right, you have this expression 1.0 divided by 3.0, right? And although mathematically they both are equivalent, but if you use the equality operators, we will get the output as false, right? So we will check the output. Now let me compile and execute it. So we don't have any compilation errors. Now let me execute it. Java equality, sorry, it's equality operators. And as you see, we have the output as false.
So that is it from the today's video. And I will see you until next time.